What is up, you guys? Welcome to session number 47. We are still coming off Federal Reserve news. Market is reacting towards that news that, Federal Reserve is, really pumping the brakes as far as really, getting an optimistic answer on when they're going to cut rates. So they don't want to get ahead of themselves. They didn't want to come out last meeting and say that they really wanted to cut rates as soon as March, because then, see a whole wide set of factors, with stocks and a bunch of other things as well. So, the market is coming off that news. I believe he just came out of a meeting on Sunday confirming that, it's really unlikely that, Federal Reserve will cut rates in March. And, they really want inflation to come down to the 2% goal that they have to be able to do their first rate cut. And hopefully, if it's not March, that is going to be the next meeting in late April and early May. I believe it's May 1st, if I'm correct. So that is what we're coming off of. And here is the news here. Dow climbs as Wall Street attempts to move back toward record levels. And, there are investors, the market is totally disregarding, the Federal Reserve statement, because we do want interest rates to come down, and it's going to, provide a better atmosphere for corporations to, profit. And when that happens, then, a lot of people invest heavily in, those companies, and that means stocks go up. So, right now, today, we have Dow Jones Industrial Average climbing today following a sell-off spurred by higher bond yields and worries that Federal Reserve may not cut rates as much as Wall Street had hoped. So moving on here, we have, broad market index hovered above the flat line, higher by 0.1%, while NASDAQ composite dipped 0.4%. The Dow, on the other hand, rose 112 points, or nearly 0.3%. So here is some news that we, really predicted yesterday is the Palantir earnings. Yesterday's trading session, we went over Palantir, our Palantir cover call position, and we'll go into it in a little bit here. And, we predicted that if they had really good revenue, they had really good EPS, that they were gonna really pop. And, in previous earning reports, that's happened. And our prediction was that they were going to continue to kill it in revenue and then kill it on, beating earnings. So I have it right here, guys. So earnings per share, 8 cents adjusted versus 8 cents expected by LSEG, formerly known as Refinitiv. And then their revenue really popped, guys, at $608.4 million for $602.4 million expected by LSEG. Revenue in the fourth quarter increased 20% to $608.4 million from $508.6 million a year earlier. The company reported net income of $93.4 million or 4 cents per share, compared with $30.9 million or 1 cent per share. And this is what we really liked, guys. In a letter to shareholders, Palantir CEO Alex Karp said the company's expansion and growth have never been greater, especially as demand for large language models in the U.S. continues to be unrelenting. Palantir has been rolling out its artificial intelligence platform, or AIP, and Karp said the company carried out nearly 600 pilots with the technology in 2023, up from fewer than 100 in 2022. So that is insane, guys. That's quote unquote from CNBC. This article is Palantir stocks jumps 19% as AI demand drives revenue beat. So I'll leave that in the description below. So that is the update on Palantir, really spiking 19%. It's crazy. And we predicted it in yesterday's trading session, and we'll go over the cover call in a minute here and the chart. So we got stocks have pushed higher in recent weeks, boosted in part by major tech, continuing their rally from the 2023 trading year. We do have investors that are expressing concerns that it could continue to go up. They are cautioning the market's leadership, guys. So I'll leave this in the description below. CNBC live updates, and I'll also leave that Palantir article in the description below as well. So right now we want to go look at Palantir, and we're looking at the 6-month here, and you see it really popping, guys. After earnings yesterday, we see it trading at the 2177 mark with the RSI level at 82, way overbought. And we see it testing that high there on the 6-month chart at 2185 there. We think it's going to go above that. We'll see what happens. That's the 6-month chart. And here's the 5-day chart on Palantir. You see really consolidating. You saw it kind of go below that 200-day there. And then right, after hours, they announced earnings yesterday, and you saw it really popped. We predicted this pop yesterday's trading session, as we mentioned earlier, and you see it really climb here, and then today it just spiked even higher up to the 2185 level, and then you see it right now trying to go test that 22 range there. So that's the 5-day chart, and you see the 1-day, 1-minute chart really trying to make a high. You saw it really pop here, 2185, and then trying to close the day above 22, hopefully. So we will see what happens as far as the Palantir cover call position. We had a strike at 1850. We believe this, this cover call is going to get assigned. We're going to get our 100 shares taken away from us at 1850 strike. We collected that $60 premium. I believe last week, and we did a expiration of February 9th. So we think this is going to be getting assigned, and we're going to be collecting that $60 premium regardless. You'd collect that regardless, and then we're going to collect an $80 appreciation from 1770 to the 1850. And that's $80. So quick little trade there on a cover call position, and then we'll turn around on Monday, see what we want to do when we get our capital back. If we wanted to do Palantir again, if do maybe a cash secure put, maybe buy in and do another cover call, depending if the stock is coming back down or not. We don't want to buy at highs. And we also want to look into maybe doing another stock, maybe do a Tesla or something like that, maybe a mega cap. But we'll see what happens, and wait until Palantir comes back down. It is our favorite. Right now, it's our favorite stock to do cover calls on and cash secure puts. So we might continue to do it. It really just depends on the premiums and the opportunities, guys. So that is the update on the Palantir cover call position. That expires February 9th, so we'll keep you updated. We want to go into QQQ now. We see a 1-day chart really, making a high there at 430, and it really coming down towards that 426 range there. So we really see it trading below that 200-day moving average, and we'll see what we want to do. Let's go look at the 6-month chart here. And we see it really testing the 50-day moving average, see if it's going to bump back up or if it's going to come back down towards the 200-day, just as it did here last week during that Fed meeting. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens with Qs. I believe we're going to buy 1 share today, add 1 more share. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and buy 1 share QQQ. And if you guys are not aware of QQQ, it follows the NASDAQ 100. So let's go ahead and buy this QQQ, 1 share, amount 426.40. Let's add to this position. We really want to build this position up. So let's go ahead and add to it. And I did want to mention that 51 RSI, that is in the middle of the RSI level, considered fair value. So let's go ahead and lock in this 1 share buy here of QQQ. All right, so we got filled at 426.29. That brings our position to 11 shares and a market value of 46.89. So that is QQQ. That is our position now. Our average price looks like 412 now. It was 40. I think we bought at 406, raised to 408, raised to 411, and now it's at 412. You know, we really want to see this come back down and correct towards that 200-day, and then we'll really start putting money in QQQ, as we are cash heavy right now. So that is the update on QQQ by 1 share, and that was at 426. So let's now dive into the $10 buy of the day. So let's go ahead and check out what stocks we're currently down on. So, you know, we are currently down on only, looks like 1, 2, 3, looks like 5 stocks, guys. So there's 5 stocks that are down on. You know, Palantir doesn't count. We are Palantir. We are not going to be touching Palantir until that, you know, those shares get assigned on Friday. So, not counting Palantir right now. But we do have Starbucks, Lockheed Martin, Ford, PayPal, Zoom that are down in the portfolio. And so let's go ahead and look at each one. We have Starbucks trading at 63 RSI. We have Lockheed Martin trading at the 47 RSI. We have Ford trading at the 58 RSI level. PayPal trading at the 59 here. And then Zoom is presenting an opportunity here at the 30 RSI level still, guys. So that is, you know, as far as the stocks that are down in the portfolio, I would go with Zoom. So we have Nvidia down almost 2.5% here, and really coming down, trying to meet that 50-day average at the 60 RSI level. That is a little bit too high for us. We would really like to see it come back down towards that 50-day moving average before we add more into Nvidia. We have Salesforce that is down 1.29% here, meeting back down to the 50-day moving average there. Trading at the 47 RSI. It's really looking good for Zoom right now, guys. So I think, you know, the bottom 3 stocks don't present enough opportunity for us, that are the stocks that are down in the stock market today. We want to go with the stocks that are down in the portfolio right now, and that is Zoom that is presenting the best opportunity for us. We see it really selling off here, trying to meet that 58.88 support level down here. And, you know, we're trading at the 63, and we see it, you know, trading as 30 RSI, trading way below that 200-day moving average, with the 50-day showing no sign of reversal. So let's go ahead and try and add in again to Zoom. Let's see when we bought it. We bought it, looks like we bought Zoom February 1st, guys. So let's go ahead and add another $10 buy into Zoom, guys. And today's February 6th, so we bought it beginning of this month. Let's go ahead and lock in a $10 buy of Zoom. We got order quantity 0.15733. Let's go lock that in. All right, so Zoom we got at 63.55. That is what we've got filled at on Zoom. And I don't think we want to trim just because, you know, we can't do it on Nvidia or Meta because we don't have 1 share. Our rules is we need at least 1 share to be able to trim. DraftKings we trimmed yesterday, still looking at that 60 RSI level. Now coming down today. I think it made a high of 42.45 there. We sold that at, looks like DraftKings at the 41.80 range. So, you know, it's trading right where we sold it yesterday. So we're going to keep our DraftKings. Uber, looks like Uber is really popping at the 71, 5.6 range. Let's see what our average price, $33.49. It's trading at 70. So we trim 1 share of Uber. That'd be around a $37 profit. We have it, average price at $33.49, and we're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna go ahead and trim Uber. Trading at the 71, RSI. That's way overbought for us, and you see it really popping, on this chart here. The 6-month chart really came on this chart. You can't even fit it because it's gone up so much. From that low of $40. So let's go ahead and lock in an Uber. Let's lock in this Uber profit here. Let's go ahead and sell 1 share of Uber. We're going to lock in $30 something here. So let's go ahead and do that. Trimming Uber down to, I believe we're only going to have, looks like 0.19453 left. So we're going to have to build that position back up. So let's go ahead and sell 1 share of Uber and lock in this profit, guys. All right, so that is we got filled at $70.24. All right, guys, so we just locked in that profit on Uber, and we did, as mentioned before, we did sell DraftKings yesterday as well. So we were really trimming the portfolio this week, starting off the week with 2 trims. So that is pretty much trading session number 47. You know, we ran over how the market's reacting to the Federal Reserve, them saying it's highly unlikely that we're going to see a March rate cut. They really want that inflation to come down to the 2% goal. We're seeing it market react to bond yields with the 10-year going up to 4.1, 4.2 range. And then we went over the Palantir jumping 19% in our cover call position on that. We went over QQQ. We did buy in again today, 1 share. We're total at 11 shares. And then we did trim Uber today. So we're going to have to rebuild that position back up once it comes back down and starts trading, you know, below fair value levels. So we're going to have to rebuild that Uber position back up. And same with the DraftKings yesterday. I believe we had around 2 point something shares and we sold 1. So that's looking better than Uber, because Uber now is one of the lowest market value stocks, I believe. Yep, it's the last on the list, so we're going to rebuild that position back up to be able to sell and trim more. So that is trading session number 47, guys. If you like this content, please consider subscribing. Please smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. If you guys are not part of the Discord yet, go over to mogulfellas.com, check out membership, get in the club while it is free before we start charging, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the outro.